Hello and welcome! Today we are in the tier 10 Japanese destroyer, the Shimakaze, yet again. Today though, we are going the other way. You see, yesterday we had 20km torpedoes, today we have 6.4km torpedoes. Yes, this means that I am using F3 torpedoes with Torpedo Acceleration. My concealment is 5.6 kilometers, so there's an 800 meter difference, and well, at tier 10 there are these annoying cruisers that have this annoying ability called radar. Luckily though, this time I believe we don't have any, at least I don't encounter any in this match. The problem with these torpedoes is that when they're 6.4 kilometers, that you can't actually torpedo targets that are sailing away. You can basically only torpedo targets that are either going parallel to you or coming closer to you, and nobody else sails parallel for a long time. Now, I don't recommend playing Shimakaze with this build. I think it's a horrible build. In fact, you're probably just better off going with F3s normally and no torpedo acceleration at all. The difference is very minor, but you can at least, you know, that Conqueror could have actually gotten hit by those torpedoes right now, for example. Also, I'm not using the legendary upgrade like I do on the 20km ones, because I feel like you need to be able to torpedo potentially on the other side rather quickly. Also, these torpedoes they make me cry when I play matches with carriers. But this time there are no carriers, so great. And this Conqueror will be our first proper target. The good thing with these super fast torpedoes, they go 81 knots by the way, is that you end up being so close and the torpedoes are so fast that you don't need to predict too much on what the enemy ship is going to do, because your torpedoes are just gonna get there so quickly. So, we can just wait. I don't want to launch all three at once because, as you can see, the Conqueror just dodged the first set. And she's probably gonna dodge some of it on the second set, but can she dodge the third set as well? That would be very well played by the Conqueror if she could. And I believe that she would be showing broadside to our Conqueror for a bit too long for that. Which might not be quite ideal. I mean, it's not just the Conqueror, it's also the Venezia. So she's probably gonna turn, and well, she is, and gonna try to run away, but the super fast torpedoes will arrive and press F for the Conqueror. As easy as that. And now, it's 15 minutes into the match, and we're gonna speed ahead, because what I'm going to do is I'm gonna try to go torpedo that Yamato. And it'll take a while for me to get there. Meanwhile, our Z-52 and our Conqueror took out the enemy Z-52 in the A-cap and the Minotaur. And now the Conqueror is probably going to take the A-cap. Now, the enemy has a Venezia, and Venezias deal a huge amount of damage to destroyers with their SAP, so it's critical that I do not get spotted by this guy. This guy, if he gets a lucky salvo, he might actually one-shot me. Especially when you combine the Yamato there as well. Also, she started smoking while turning, so I had to slow down. Because I don't want to accidentally run into her, because technically they might not know that I'm here. Or they might think maybe I'm in the middle, or elsewhere. Like, they probably don't know where I am at this current moment. Meaning that it's pretty important not to get spotted. And it's 12 minutes into the match, so 3 minutes have gone by, and I've done absolutely nothing at all other than spot these two ships. Because the Yamato is sailing away, and while it's usually difficult to torpedo a target that's sailing away, with F3s and torpedo accelerations, it's literally impossible. Unless you're spotted, I suppose. I'm gonna launch those torpedoes because the Venezia was going around the island, and maybe there's a chance that she'll, you know, try to go close. Because I do that, but apparently that's not the case. I wish more players played like me. The game would be so much simpler as a torpedo destroyer, because enemies would push all the time in a really stupid way. And then they would die to my torpedoes, which would be amazing. I need to worry about torpedoes, because technically there could be ships behind me. That is, the enemy might think the Conqueror is coming behind me, or maybe some other ship. And Venezia does have some pretty long-range torpedoes. There they are. In fact, this is something I worried about slightly earlier even, but I don't think I can actually torpedo Yamato. She's just sailing away, so I'm just gonna leave. I'm gonna go after this Zao instead. Although she seems to be turning away too, which means that, I guess we're not hitting with these torpedoes either. You know what? Let's go after that Venezia, or Montana and Thunderer, because those guys seem to be pushing. And we might be able to get to their side once they come out from the... what is that? Is that the decap? I believe it's the decap. Once they try to leave that area, I might be able to torpedo them. The island is going to be quite useful there. And another few minutes go by. So it's 8:50, so this means 6 minutes and 15 seconds, and I've done exactly 0 damage. I've not even basically had a chance of shooting or torpedoing anybody properly. Which, yeah, this is the kind of stuff that happens when you play F3 Torpedo Acceleration. However, stuff like this also happens. I don't think that Thunder has much chance at this point. I'm also waiting for the Montana with the third set of torps. There's no reason to try to hit the Thunder with them. Montana was trying to be slightly more cautious, but I don't think it's gonna work out for her either, because battleships generally don't stop on a dime. Goodbye, Thunderer. If the second set had actually hit earlier, I might have even got a devastating strike, and this Montana just took 3 torpedoes. That's like almost all her HP gone. I'm gonna try firing AP, but that's because I'm an idiot. I don't quite... Basically, I forgot that the HE shells on the Shimakaze and other Japanese destroyers deal almost as much damage as AP shells, meaning that there's really little point to firing AP on these destroyers, unlike on most other destroyers. So I set the fire in the middle. Now we're gonna try to set a fire on the bow. That way we can deal more damage, because fire damage is what's gonna actually deal damage here, not the actual shell hits. Come on! Well, never mind. Our Conqueror finished her off. Well, next up, I guess we'll go try to torpedo that Yamato again, because she's the only really viable target. I mean, technically I can try to torpedo the Venezia, but I think I'll just die when I do that. Oh! Yamato's actually coming closer. This is perfect. Also, I'd like to note that I sped up quite a bit of this match. This match has actually gone on for 14 minutes, even though the video has gone on for 8 minutes. So there has been a lot of sailing fairly empty. If I had 20-kilometer torpedoes, I could have been torpedoing the entire time. And probably not hit anything, but I would have at least felt like I was doing something. Whereas with these, yeah, it kind of feels like I'm not doing anything. Yeah, the Yamato spots me, but there's nothing she can do. It's already too late. The torpedoes are too fast to do anything. What you gonna do, Yamato? Nice broadside you have there. It would be a shame if anything were to happen to it. Right? Oof. Enjoy. And that's where I got my devastating strike from. And I even kept the base. It's like I'm a real destroyer this game. Man, sometimes, you know, things work out. Now it's time to go after this Venezia. Now it's okay even if she one-shots me. Well, I don't think I can actually do anything other than this one salvo, because she has 6k HP and there's a Conqueror bit. Yeah. Oh, she actually didn't finish her off, but what's the chance that I'll get to do anything? Like 0. Well, there she goes, I guess. So, what have we learned? F3 torpedoes with torpedo acceleration is utterly stupid, but when it works, it can work quite well, and I have to say that I laughed quite hard when some of these torpedoes hit. 18 torpedo hits. 18 torpedo hits. 2400 base XP. I compliment this other Conqueror because somebody complained about him in chat, but he was number 2 in the team. 216,000 damage and the 18 torpedo hits. That's a lot of damage. And notice that I dealt damage to the Yamato, the Conqueror, the Thunderer, the Montana. And I shot the Venezia once. I didn't deal any damage to a destroyer, any damage to a cruiser. it's almost as though I'm an Asashio. Yeah, it's almost as though I'm an Asashio. Except I'm not. I'm worse than an Asashio. But it was quite fun. Now, let's have some therapy. Hello, Graf Zeppelin. Just dodge. Well, let's take a look at the commander skills and upgrades then, so you have an idea. So I went with priority target, last stand, torpedo armament expertise. Usually you go for survivability expert, but I decided not to. Then concealment expert, then torpedo acceleration, adrenaline rush, and last I figured radio location because, well, it's important to know where the enemy destroyers are when you're pushing so close to enemy battleships. It's the standard destroyer upgrades. Except I don't use the legendary, because with F3s and torpedo acceleration you want to be able to turn the torpedo tubes quickly. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I would like to thank the patrons on Patreon. Thank you very much for your continued support, Barbosa, and I hope I'll see you guys next time.